Welcome back, ladies and gents, as we get into another series in the lower bracket between Snoot and YoDa, as Snoot continues to try and plow his way through that lower bracket.
It is time to join the Snoop hype train, choo-choo, because he's got a long way to go now. He's got, first of all, YoDa up first, then Jack G second if he beats YoDa, then MC, then first. So it's actually quite a long way. You can actually come and have a quick look at the bracket if you want to have a quick look-see in a bit. Okay, yes we can, never mind. Here we are.
Sickest.
As you can see in the bottom, we'll quickly look at it. Snoot, YoDa, Jack G, MC first. That is the trail of a legend, potentially, if Snoot can be the last non-Korean to play.
All right, then. Let's get
do
into
this.
it.
That was so ghetto and hip, but that's how we seem to be rolling today.
That's how we do things. All right, up to the top left, it is Liquid Snoot, and down to the bottom right, it's YoDa. YoDa. I want to see when YoDa and First are going to get teams, unless they're just going to stick around on Gem, and that's going to be the case. Like MC, you know? Just be represented like that.
Yeah.
But I would like to see teams. Teams would be cool. I would like to see them in team leagues. They're in that Bounty Hunters thing, which got all killed by Wellmu,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
not in a team, though.
yeah,
It's not a team, is it?
yeah,
They can, if they get a sponsor, they can be sponsored by someone and they can make a small team.
yeah. That's cool as well. That's cool as well. But Snoot is now on the Korean killing warpath, and to be fair, it's going to be difficult. But if anyone could do it out of our non-Koreans, it is Snoot, who's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna set something up here.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to abuse the fact, while this game is getting underway, I'm going to abuse my position as a commentator, and I all need you to follow with me.
Yes.
I want you all to go to Twitter, and this is actually very complicated for me to do as well because there's a 2-minute delay on stream.
Okay.
But I want you to do, people listening, go to Twitter and retweet this tweet I'm about to send out. As many people as can possibly happen. I'll use what you're thinking about later, but for now, this is the first test. Can you do this? Go to Twitter now, tweet it, or retweet it, or a similar version. However, do it, retweet it, do it. Otherwise, I refuse to play Ice Ice Baby on the next break. Oh!
What have you even tweeted?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, okay.
I did it. So come tweet now. It should be out by the time that I've gone on from this point, and we'll see how many retweets we can get, and also see if Snoot can make that incredible run, which we talked about just now. Otherwise, I'm not playing Ice Ice Baby.
All right. Diva
Do
Apollo,
it.
have your way. Have your way.
It.
All right, then. We have the Reaper on the way for YoDa. No Marines initially, and YoDa has been spotted, so Snoot knows what's going on, at least. That's quite nice. Turning down the gas. I wonder if Snoot's in a rush. He seemed quite adamant to get into this game pretty fast.
He's played a lot of games today already. Back-to-back-to-back Nation War games. And he's actually done really well for his country today. He managed to all-kill, or reverse all-kill, Sweden.
Yep, pretty much.
He won 4 games today in Nation Wars, so good for him. But now he's the real test for Snoot, especially because he's meant to be that guy who can do incredibly well in the WCS. Right now, the players who are in front of him are WCS contenders. So if he can win WCS Europe, then he can actually win his position as second in the qualifier here, going through the best that we have in Europe of the Koreans that live here. So we'll see. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely possible.
It is. And now we're going to see how well this is going to shape up. YoDa keeping that second Reaper alive.
Yeah.
Very, very important. Basically, all of these Koreans are looking at Snoot as the guy who is intruding on their territory currently, even though we're in Europe. Because these Koreans, they want that spot. They really want that spot.
Yeah, they've come here for the money and the fame, so you guys best be ready to stop them, and Snoot is meant to be one. Very standard openings from from both sides here. We had Snoot getting the little bit of a faster circling speed, but we see quite the regular setup as well from YoDa, which is the 3cc build too.
And I think, he spotted everything, did Snoot, so that's a nice start for him to be able to anticipate what he's going to be doing against his opponent here in the form of YoDa. Third base is going to go down for Snoot as well, up to the north. And Creep is spreading out towards it to eventually solidify that position. But likewise, Snoot is also spreading Creep down this left-hand side, which is fantastic. I love seeing that.
Where's the stim upgrades on the Tech Lab?
Not there.
Where is the Tech Lab anyway? Is he going to be playing mech?
Oh, there's another gas going down for YoDa. So maybe...
Interesting. Definitely follow that, because usually would have got the Tech Lab ready for stim.
Yeah.
But Snoot is droning up quite happily. He's still only got those 4 lings that he had from the very beginning, but it is about time he built some more, because there are units coming across. Armory, Hellbats,
Ooh.
Medivacs, everything.
These are the things we will see from YoDa.
Yeah, and this could work out well. This could work out well.
Could do. All right, well, let's find out. Solidified himself in the wall at the front, so that's nice. And we have a little bit of nibbling away, still killing off these debris. Eventually, this will be maybe a launching position for Snoot to actually push forwards, but needs to make sure that that's not, you know, abused by YoDa in essence.
Is he taking the 3rd and 4th?
Down here? Oh, is he actually going to do that?
Yes.
I think he might do.
That's pretty insane.
Droney drone.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
I really like this. I really like this. I'm more interested in to see mech, because I love mech. And also, Snoot has to survive this little first push before we think too far ahead of ourselves. There's only 12 Zerglings and a couple of Queens.
Uh-oh.
They're Hellbats, which have been spotted. He needs to stop this.
So bats are pretty strong.
Queens don't really have transfuse either.
No.
This is a nice push.
He can't really use lings against this. He's going to have to, but it kind of hurts.
1 Queen down, all the lings down, 2nd Queen being targeted. He's going to hold on, though. I mean, as much as he broke through a first couple of Queens, there's a lot of reinforcements coming, so he does hold on.
Yeah, at least he will kill it all off in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
how much did
it was an equal-ish trade.
Yeah.
But I really like the fact that this 4th is up so fast, too.
Yeah, it almost makes it not so much an equal trade if that 4th actually gets up and running properly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a long way to go before he mines from it properly, but it is basically a production facility for the time being, like an extra production macro hatch, per se.
I think the Hellbats might actually find it, though, if they go in this direction.
He's going to drop on the natural mineral line, I think.
Yeah, so looks like he's not going to go over to that left, that's for sure. But you just see the creep there. He probably anticipates it just being spread from that position. There is a spore here, so those medevacs can't stick around.
No, and he turns around. All right, so how is Snoot going to play versus mech? Because, first of all, unless he's really identified that this natural transition, very smooth from Hellbats to mech, is the way that this is playing out, he doesn't know.
Yeah, he's going Lingbane Muta still.
Yes, but he's playing against the guy who's going to be adding on Thors soon, and as much as that was a good wraparound with a pickup there, he could have actually... He's just going to trade them off. Oh, no, he does pick up 2. Oh, Queen.
Oh, pick up.
Oh, YoDa.
Oh, that was sexy.
The force is strong. That was awesome, man. But look, the Thors are coming out. They're going to stop the Mutalisks. There should be an engineering bay down now, if not in the next few seconds, to build turrets to make sure he doesn't die. Does he have an engineering bay?
No.
Okay, that's a crucial point right now to get that in. Because Thors are cool and stuff, but you do need to have turrets.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm not too sure if he knows himself that he's playing against Mutalisk yet. But it's definitely something which Snoot would have an edge with if he's able to find the right way to use his Mutalisks.
Yeah, hasn't really been able to get all the way to the back of the main base to actually see that spire. So, but with the majority of Ling Baneling that's moving out across here, I mean, Snoot's spreading his creep really nicely, but these Hellbats are pretty relentless at this point. Oh, no.
That's a good defense. That's a good defense, but I'm more worried about the train of economy, which is YoDa's, which seems to be going untouched.
Yeah.
3 bases down, 4th command center is going to be built now. He's just rocking and rolling with a fantastic economy. And it's still, at the moment, Ling Muta. Blue Flame coming in for these Hellbats. Great upgrades because he's got double armories down. The engineering base finished, so the turrets are on the way in case we see Mutalisk, which we don't yet, by the way, which is interesting. Where's the infestation pit?
It's just a lot of Ling Bane at this point.
I think we might see the infestation pit come down soon, and he might try to go all the way up to fast Mutalisks.
But how does he shut down YoDa at this?
He has to use Lings and Banelings alone.
Yeah, that's
which means
difficult.
he would need to have the best proper surrounds and the correct Baneling attacks and hits.
Yeah. That's scary. This is going to be a little bit difficult for Snoot here, who's, well, once again,
yeah, there's the he's going to try and get up to Ultralisks.
All right.
Pretty fast. He could still play Swarm Hosts because he's a big Swarm Host lover, but it goes backwards with his upgrades a little bit here. He kind of have to, comes backwards. But he could try to get up to Hive and try to get to Ultras. But that time from now until then is really far.
Yeah, and he's going to use these 11 Mutalisks to kind of bridge that gap, one would think.
Bridge that gap here. He may still use Swarm Host and Mutas together, but I like YoDa's position. And Snoot, only just now really finding out exactly what he's meant to do, is a long way away from gaining that success, I think.
And there's the Enduring Locust now in production, so it looks like it will be that Swarm Host play, but YoDa's already rolling. He's already going to
Only
that
two
fourth
Thors.
base.
Only two Thors. Okay,
Yeah,
there's two more on the way. Okay, that's a different story.
Okay.
Because I was going to say, with only two...
Oh, but Ling's going to try and catch them. If he gets those two, that'd be very nice.
Then the Mutalisks can clean up everything else. Maybe before he loses his fourth, it's going to be close.
Gets us another tank as well. That Thor did finally get over to it. So 3 Thors are in this army. That's a lot of power behind this.
And he's going to lose this base while a fourth has been established for YoDa. Very strong mech play coming out from the Korean.
Yeah, it gathered momentum so fast.
Yeah.
And now right on top of this natural as well, the Mutalisks are going to have a good engagement here to counteract these 3 Thors.
Yeah, he needs to bring Lings from the other way, I would imagine, to stop these Thors. He's doing a lot of counterattack damage, which is nice.
Where are the 3 Thors going? They were actually running away from all of this for a second. He did have vision of that as well.
That's a lot of Mutas, though.
Yeah, so they're going to try and magic box across all of this.
Good upgrades on the Thors.
Trying to bring down as many Mutalisks as they can do. How many does he kill? There's 19 still on the field. The Thors... One of them is dead. Second one will fall.
But Snoot hasn't really lost his drones, and he's going to stop this attack while doing damage on the third as the counter.
Yeah.
Look at the supply difference. It was really nice play, and with able to take the base on the further right-hand side, he's going to be able to mine from a new one soon. He is crippled with his income currently, but dealing out the damage in counter is good. It's a good move from Snoot, and as much as I was worried for him, that was a good counter. It was good on-the-fly decision-making. He's trying to get his economy back online, and he's bought enough time.
Yeah, I think he might need more than 2 missile turrets over at this expansion. The Thor, though, zoning out is going to help out quite a bit. So holding on, and YoDa for now is going to have to play the catch-up game.
The catch-up game is sitting back for a long time because there is no way to be aggressive in this stance. He has to kind of chill out and not lose any more money or SCVs to these Mutalisks.
And here come the Swarm Hosts, now starting in production.
Yeah.
So how are you going to deal with that?
He should have got missile upgrades. I guess that's one thing you can critique him on, but I guess he's very limited with his gas, so maybe I can't do that. But he definitely needs gas taken on that for the right-hand side base, but his creep spread has been good. I think, I'm getting the feeling that Snoot can go through all these Koreans in a row.
Yeah, he could.
I think he can make this incredible run here in the lower bracket.
It's going to be difficult, but he could do it. You're right. This is the start of it, though. 5 Swarm Hosts out now. 3 more are going to be added on.
Yeah, he definitely needs to continue upgrading, which is +2 attack for his air and also missile attacks.
Yeah.
Now he's getting his gas online on that right-hand side. That's probably where he's going to start to aim. But first of all, he's dedicating all his gas to units, which is important. More so important than the upgrades of the units. And then he can think about that next, which will definitely be the case. He also needs a creep spread towards his opponent's 3rd and 4th, because obviously Swarm Hosts are great, but they were even better on creep.
Yeah, through the middle, basically, because he's spreading on the left and the right now, and this is something that Snoot has talked about a lot, prioritizing things like creep spread and the directions you use them. So he's always been focusing away from his opponent's army, and he's doing good with it, but the middle is the juicy bit that he really wants to get on top of.
Yeah, and without missile attacks, these aren't as deadly as usual, and without creep as well.
Yep.
Oh, Mutalisks swing around to this 3rd. They don't know. There's not enough numbers or upgrades to take these turrets on.
That's a lot of turrets being finished up just at the nick of time.
Yeah, just in the nick of time.
Phew, that was close.
Seconds away.
Ling's going for the counter.
Oh, the Lings, though, they're the deadly part.
Yep. Missile turrets can't hit Lings.
And he's got Locust on creep on this left-hand side versus these Thors. And he needs to keep holding this. He may have to retreat back to his natural here.
Yeah, I think so.
If a scan comes down, he could be in trouble. Oh, the Vikings!
Oh, they're trying to block! Well, or try and do some damage, whichever way. They actually get a few Swarm Hosts for their troubles. Very nicely done.
Oh, and another beautiful counterattack by Snoot into the 3rd and the natural of his opponent. And if he holds his natural, that's all he needs to do. He's got that right-hand side up and working, and he should be able to stop. Locust can't. I mean, Thors can't stop Locust here.
Yeah, absolutely not. They have to retreat out of there. 1 Thor falls. A 2nd or 3rd one could end up falling here on the retreat as well. Got to be very, very careful.
Snooty boy, you've done your country proud today, but You're starting to do Europe proud if you can continue playing like this. YoDa looked great, but you have really hit the right counters, got the right creep spread, built the right army.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that YoDa's going to be able to do from here on other than massively turtle, which is going to take a long time, and Snoot is going to continue on the pressure. I don't see him really letting up.
Ooh,
that's a lot of swarm hosts now. 19. Unfortunately, still doesn't have those missile upgrades that you were talking about earlier, but still, I mean, if you're trading these locusts for even that just weakened Thor at the front, it's a victory in essence.
It is a victory. And his creep spread now, look how he's pushing it in the direction of his opponent's third, potentially fourth. Yeah. So really good play. He's getting his upgrades up, which is the +2 attack now for his air. He's going to continue expanding. He's going to continue on playing and moving around with his Mutalisks. This main base is really exposed as well. If he gets around the back towards those two armories, which he doesn't know are there, but if he does somehow fly in that direction, he's going to go.
Uh-oh.
He's going to see them. There's only a turret.
Yeah, if he actually lays waste to those,
it's because the Vikings came back. He definitely want to focus on that as an area to do damage.
Very, very scary. How many? Okay, so we have 19 Swarm Hosts, 19 Mutalisks at this point in time, and he's just adding a lot of more Mutalisks to this with the Hive as well. And he's going to deny this fourth base for quite a while. And YoDa could push forwards, actually, and kind of claim that position, which is nice.
Time to run away.
Yeah. The other Swarm Hosts move over to the left-hand side, though, during all of that.
It's almost everywhere.
Oh, no! Oh, poor rallied Swarm Hosts.
Yeah.
Saddest thing in Zerg's book, unfortunately.
But he's got a lot of money. He's playing what he wants to do, which is the Swarm Host style, and he's very good at it as well. Targets a couple of his Vikings down, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
And he's got Swarm Host pressuring on 3 angles here, hopefully on the right-hand side when he borrows them. So he's got the 4th under threat, he's got the 3rd under threat, and potentially this natural once he breaks down the debris. So really spreading out the Locust well.
This is very, very annoying to play against for YoDa. I mean, how do you actually deal with these 3 locations and Mutalisks still picking away at you? I mean, Snoot's basically claiming the whole map right now.
Yeah, he's killing it, man. He's looking great.
Yeah. Doing well. Still got a lot of games to go today, though, if he continues on. Killing off a few SCVs over here.
And especially having Jack G to play next, who's probably watching these games and understanding how to do and what to play.
This is crazy. So aggressive with these Swarm Hosts, but making it work. Very nicely done.
I mean, there's only 3 orbitals, so there's not a million scans. He can always just run around and do that. But he is building Ravens, so Ravens will help out in spotting. And he has established the middle base.
Somehow.
Yeah, I think that Snoot, as cool as it is to have these locusts all over the place, he needs to focus all the locusts in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that's where YoDa is not... Oh, that was a big hit. YoDa's not the strongest in the middle. I mean, sure, he's got a lot of Thors and tanks, but 3 tanks and Thors? If he had all the locusts waypointing at the same time there, I reckon he'd break through that.
Yeah, these 2 packs are haphazardly just spreading towards that middle and kind of, unfortunately, not hitting at the same time. So it's not really working out too well. Catches a siege tank, catches missile turrets. Anything he's doing in the main base is just really hurting YoDa.
Swarm Host Muta is the best way to deal with mechanical units from Terran until they build up to an ultimate air force. So YoDa's got a long way to go yet. He's got to build a lot of Ravens, so more Vikings until the Mutalisks are redundant and enough tanks to be able to stop the waves of Locusts. So he's got a long, long way to go before he can even think about leading in this game.
This is really, really hard for YoDa. He's got to feel so up against it. Snoot is just positioning himself beautifully, really bringing it to YoDa, and YoDa... he is basically trapped in this location. This middle location is his stronghold that he somehow has to hold on to. Otherwise, it's done.
I mean, look at the creep spread.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's everywhere. And he's found those armories, no air upgrades for you. And is he stuck at maybe 2-1 or 3-2, 2-1?
3-2.
3-2. Okay, so 3-2 is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Catches a couple of these units. His upgrades are continuing to go through. Oh, man. Snoot has got this guy pinned down. Like in submission, he's got a choke. He's got his leg wrapped around his neck or whatever you want. Whatever you want.
He's saying, please leave, basically. Yeah. All right, well, Queen's down here, actually. Transfuse is trying to help out and keep everything alive. Unfortunately, they will die, but magic box time to kill off those Thors. But they do take a lot of damage still. So that's an alright trade for YoDa in the grand scheme of things, but still, fighting against the position that we see Snoot in is difficult.
Yeah, this...
21 mutants.
21 more moves. So every Mutalisk he loses, he just replenishes, and if he starts to run low on gas, he takes a new base, which will probably happen soon. He'll take that middle base, I reckon, in the next minute or two.
Yeah.
And just continue that Mutalisk count. Oh, the middle!
Oh.
Tanky, tanky, wanky. Gonna go down. Rhymes with tanky, so it counts.
It does, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, hey, keeps on going with the locusts. And just continuing on. Mutalisk's taking a big volley there. Really got to be careful with that.
He just replenishes them all the time, though.
Yeah.
He's so much gas.
He's at 39 mutas. I mean...
I know, that's hard to break. And inside the main, it's completely exposed. All the turrets are gone. He can't replenish them over and over and over.
Yeah.
And this is the power of Swarm Host Mutalisk, especially when you play this from a leading position, which Snoot was in, after dealing with the first couple of pushes that YoDa delivered. But Snoot has owned this.
These Swarmers are just like, right, we'll sit right next to your tank line, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, look at the main base. Look how fast everything just dies.
Oh, there you go. GG. 40 Mutalisks swoop in and then say bye-bye. That's Snoot's game #1 there against YoDa.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Time to change it up, I think, for YoDa. Is he going to play mech again? Does he try bio? You know, marine tank? Does he try to win the game fast? Snoot there looked rocky, but then when he stabilized, easy victor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So good stuff there by Snoot in game #1, and I think in the end YoDa has to change something. I don't think mech's going to work against this guy if he plays that same way.
No.
That was scary.
And that I think Snoot has quite a bit of wind left in him for today to get those sails out and push forward towards the finish line.
He's going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just tuning in now, we're in the lower bracket of the Interextreme Masters Shenzhen Qualifier, and we're currently in losers round 3. We've already got MMA in first place, who gets himself a position at the tournament, the main tournament. But we're in the low bracket, and we've got MC, or actually, let's not say that. We've got First, who lost versus MMA, waiting to play the victor of MC, who's waiting to play the victor of Jack G, who's waiting to play the victor of this.
Yeah.
So you've got Snoot and YoDa, then Jack G, then MC, then First, to then join MMA as second place. We've got four best of 3s still in us. So a good couple of hours left to go. It's going to be a long one today, that's for sure.
Already has been to a certain degree.
Yes, it's definitely a long
6
one.
hours or so.
And we are tracking Snoot now. Well, we're tracking the pathway to First, and we start here with Snoot and YoDa. And currently, Snoot does lead, and like I said, he has the he's got more than the opportunity ahead of him to take it, grab it, and get a slot to China. But it's not very easy. I mean, there's some really good players here.
I mean, that was a good game against YoDa first, and then he has to...
Well, think about it. Excluding Jack G, he has to go through MC's training house.
Yeah, basically.
All of them are there. So they're all sitting next to each other, and Snoot has to eliminate every one of them with just a special opponent, Jack G, thrown into the middle. And
they're probably conspiring against him in the end.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they probably talk to each other between the games.
Yeah.
One of them wants to go over Snoot, right?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I can imagine all 3 of the... Well, apart from he's playing, obviously, but First and MC sitting there, being like, all right, how are we going to beat this kid? Swarm host mode. They get the whiteboard out and they start drawing how to beat Swarm hosts.
Yeah, but it's important to know also that just because First and MC are Protoss players, don't think that they're not very good at the other matchups. MC's Terran is like Grandmaster level or something ridiculous.
Even though he probably won't use Terran.
Yeah, of course. But the point is that he's... You know, they can still talk to YoDa and give him, like, advice or point him in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So... Yeah, scary.
And it's kind of interesting to think as well, once they get rid of Jack G, or Snoot gets rid of Jack G, or YoDa gets rid of Jack G, it is a fight for all 3 of them to then combat it, or it's up to Snoot. And I think once Snoot, if he reaches to play MC first and loses to MC, as angry as he will sit next to First and be like, this is how to kill him.
Yeah. All right, so we're just waiting to get into this game now. We're asking if... one sec. All right. We were looking to get some other languages in, but I don't think it's going to be the case. So I think we're just getting into this game. We still have quite a few games left in us, so it's going to take a little while to plow through them. And as such, I would like to get the games going so we can get them done. All right, so we shall find out in just a second who is going to be going up against Jakji next, right?
Yeah, so Overgrowth coming in for these two players. This is an okay mech map, for sure. And I wonder if he'll try it again, because Snoot looks so good there. Even, you know, with dedicating to Lings and Muta for far too long compared to what you would usually do, because I wasn't too sure he was exactly knowing what he was doing. But he looked good. I mean, he pulled it off, and I think he can do it again. So I think YoDa is going to have a hard time if he plays against Snoot again with mech.
Alrighty, well, let's get into it. As we have spawning down to the bottom left, it is Liquid Snoot. And up to the top right-hand corner, we have our blue Terran. It's YoDa. YoDa.
YoDa. I think lose shall YoDa.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Whoa, wait, what? Who?
What? Don't tickle me under the table, Caloris. Not during a cast.
Nothing happened. What is this?
You tickle me.
You like made this noise. I spring up. I'm like, what's going on?
Don't pretend.
I like woke up.
Don't pretend.
Oh dear. All right. So.
Yeah, so Overgrowth is pretty good for mech, as mentioned before. It's
Yeah.
more so good for Hellion Banshee. I mean, if you've watched any of the WCS casts, I've mentioned it before, but on the third base of Zerg, it's really hard to spread creep in that direction past the third fast. So it's actually really good to get Hellion Banshee down this way and start doing pressure there, which is why a lot of Terran players have opted around Hellion Banshee into mech or bio. You can switch between both, for sure. But Snoot is a guy who isn't going to do anything crazy. He's going to play out the game the same way in a mechanical and a robotic fashion, game after game after game. If he had 4 Terran players in a row, you could copy his build order and note that it is the same over and over and over again. The only differences that he will make is depending on what difference you make, because he's confident in what it takes to win with what he can do to easily crush what you can do. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure he's going to play out a very similar game. Whether it comes to, you know, the 1-1 upgrades into 2-2 upgrades, Mutalisk, the switch into Swarmos if he has to, otherwise he will stick on Banelings.
And when the Reaper now coming out, YoDa's just going to go for a little bit of a scout around, have a look, see what's going on. And again, I kind of feel that YoDa has to change something up. It's going to be hard pressed to really do anything against how Snoot just played out there. Even if it's like a more aggressive mech stance, but he was pretty aggressive in the past game, right?
Yeah, he was aggressive, not with only attacking, but aggressive with his own economy too. So just overly aggressive.
Oh wow. Oh well. Snoot in prime position to continue on. But then if he goes up against Jakji, how many times do we see Jakji play mech?
Not a lot.
Yeah,
He's not a big mech guy. Gas has been taken by Snoot again at a decent time here. He's not a player that we can see that likes to work on heavy minerals and queens. He's a guy who's like, I'm actually getting Zerg speed. And it will complete about 6 minutes 30 in this game. If you don't know how to time that or don't know how it works, as the Terran player right now is in there, knows that gas is mining, knows that speed is going to be researched in a second now, and knows that 2-minute timer's on, 6:30. So that's how long he has to mess around with these Reapers. About 6 minutes, 6:15 if you want to cut it, because you have to get out of there and get home.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got some time to play with.
And thankfully, Reapers are quite quick, so you can cut it pretty close, at least. So, microing these Reapers quite nicely against this initial Queen. Will pull those away and then start healing up as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Nicely done.
Damage there to that Queen, already down to 77 hit points.
Makes it all the easier when there's only 1 Queen there as opposed to 2 working away at you.
Right. Third command center has been spotted, and he's also going to look at that barracks again, because that barracks was quite key in that last game to what was going on, because I started to get confused when there wasn't a tech lab straight away, or at least after the Marine. It was quite delayed, so that's the thing that Snoot sees a Marine is being built to push him away to then decide what to do.
Reaper's going to come back in for some more fun, but the weakened Queen has already gone away. Drone tried to sneak out to the third base, but grabs that. Nice snipe out there from YoDa.
Yeah, time to go home. Don't want to stick around for too long. And he knows that speed's about to finish soon, so... Good timing, goes back to his Hellions. Snoot still not really knowing what's going on, but no Tech Lab still.
Yeah, looks like the mech again.
Looks like he's going to play a variation of mech, whether it be the Hellbat or not style. It looks like it could be. Second gas and Armory, and if he wants to, go for what he did before. It was the Armory. Yep. Same again.
Armory and gases. So fun times.
Yeah. And Snoot is doing nothing but droning until he has to build a couple of Zerglings now to deal with these units.
Yep, looking to pressure that hatchery.
10 Lings now.
Takes quite a while to kill that whilst it's building if you've only got 2 Hellions and 2 Reapers, so you'll have to wait for a bit more. Oh, good damage being done. Nice focus fire there from Snoot, though, to work away at the Hellions, not the Reapers.
Yeah. Of course, Reaper's regenerating. Double Evolution Chambers coming in for the upgrades. And so far, so good for Snoot. Exactly the same. But he doesn't know about these Hellbats yet, which he will find out by surprise soon. But look at the creep spread. It's nowhere near that 3rd yet. And we talked about how devastating Hellions can be on that right-hand side.
I mean, Snoot's trying to aggressively spread it down there. Oh, he's actually opted to go the alternate direction for now.
He's got Roach Warren coming in. And I think that is more so to be like, all right, I'm going to stop you, man. Like, if you're using Hellbats, Roaches are much easier to play with and defend with.
And there's the transformation. So, looking to push through this. Onto creep. A bit scary, actually.
Yeah.
But at least he knows.
Or like, Bailing Nest is a little bit late. I think he's coming in faster than he was previously because Snoot's not quite ready.
Well, oh dear me, that was a lot of Zerglings dying. They really needed to come around from the left-hand side on the back whilst these Queens were working at the front, and that was absolute devastation.
Yeah, I think the Bailing Nest was a little bit earlier last time, or this is attacking earlier. I'm not too sure which one it is. I wasn't really looking last game.
Well, he didn't have Banelings in the first push, right? Up towards the natural.
Yeah, that's true, actually. This is just well better.
Better executed.
Yeah, but he's not going to kill the hatch, so I don't know why he's targeting it down.
Maybe get a few more Lings.
And we see the double drops coming out next too.
Very similar game.
Yeah, very similar game. Snoot took a bit of a loss, but not a big loss there. But this is the big one, which is these double drops, because they get healed as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got all the 3rd base being taken behind it here for first, which is a very good build by the looks of it. Still no layer for Snoot, who's just on a good economy, only just now doing that. But here comes the drop with no spores this time.
Does no one else find it really weird that Hellbats can be healed by Medivacs? Like, but anyway, they're gonna continue on.
It's biological though, right?
I guess so. These mechanical Hellions that turn into biological units.
Yeah.
Running around, burning things.
And this is quite successful, very successful. And look at this. Ooh, you cheeky guy, YoDa. He's got 3 factories, but double engineering bays for 1/1 upgrades and also stim.
Oh, wow.
So he's going with like a mech opener, but switching full into bio.
Oof, you have to be so careful. A lot of those drones clumped up during all of that. These Hellbats take forever to kill. There was so much value. So much value.
Yeah,
2,800 to 1,200.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love this this mech opening here. Tanks, Hellbats, and then bio.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love this.
Do you reckon, was it in response to seeing the Roach Warren that early, do you reckon? Or
could have been. Yeah, could have been. Or he just wanted to change anyway. It's hard to say what was going through his mind.
Maybe it's the adaptation from Game 1 to Game 2, right? Like, figuring that he needed to do something. But he's done a lot more damage this time around compared to last game. So it's a nice start here from YoDa in Game 2.
Snoot is really behind. I mean, 5 Roaches, 6 Bailings isn't what you really want to be building at this time. You'd want to be getting more units out. He's supply capped a little bit. I think he's a bit flustered of the way that YoDa's been playing. And he's losing touch of this game.
Yeah, he is. He could lose his hatchery.
YoDa's got 3 command centers, a 4th one on the go. I think the lesson learned is here that he needs either spores out faster or roaches out faster to deal with these Hellbats.
Bailey's trying to bust through to the middle, the core of those Hellbats, and actually he's going to save that base, which is a nice start for him. But Viking comes in and there's nothing that can shoot air, so maybe a few Overlords die.
And Snoot is walking into a wall. So, you know, he's seen 3 factories. He thinks he's playing mech, but he's actually playing a bit of both, which is what we saw from, I think, 4GG within the WCS. And it really is, because you do force your Zerg opponent to switch up a little bit, but he switches into your composition, which is bad.
Yeah.
Or switches into an army that isn't as good against what the switch up is, if you're with me now. Basically, let me cut this simple. He's building roaches, and YoDa's building marauders.
Yeah, it's not good.
And he's got stim, and he's going to have a lot of Maybacks. Overall, roaches aren't that good, unless you have a high count with Hydralisk and just overwhelming numbers, which, as you can see in the supply tab, is not the case. So he's going to walk into a wall when he finally realizes what's going on. He's making a switch over to Swarm Host by the looks of it with the Infestation Pit, but that will not help him versus the mobility of the bio units that we have coming out. And this has gone completely unscouted.
Yep. Even killing off more Overlords in the middle with this Viking, that's a fantastic little spot for him. These Roaches heading up to the third base, trying to put on some pressure themselves. Snoot is supply blocked. He's going to try and find ways out of that here. And this army, there's no way he's going to be able to ever take that head on.
And now he sees,
wow.
And I don't really know where he goes with his tech choice, because it's now a very awkward position. And while he's thinking about what to do as he constructs the hive, YoDa moves out. It's like the ultimate little push.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is a killing push, by the way. This is not one that's going to be stopped easily. There's no Banelings. There's no Baneling speed. There's Roaches.
It's just 31 Roaches.
There's a counterattack that's going into tanks and marauders and so on.
At least they can get on top of the tank maybe and start working away at that, but the third base is going to be killed off here for Snoot. And also, it's the hive that's morphing in at that location. Oh.
Yeah, you know when you see highlight videos of football players like Ronaldo and stuff, making you twist and twist and twist and twist, and then eventually just runs past you? That's what it felt like for me with YoDa here.
Yeah, it was good.
Making Snoot dance and dance and twist and then mold this, then change that, then do that, and then he just goes, all right, see you later, and then ends the game.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, Tiff, if anyone gets that kind of...
You're right, everything lined up so perfectly. Like the Hellbat pressure at the beginning into the Hellbat drops, into the denial of the gold, straight into this massive, massive push without anything being scouted. There you go, GG. Great game from YoDa. And that means we are now all tied up 1-1.
Tied up 1-1, and now the last remaining European sits on the fence to either jump over and qualify into another round and get ready for the second slot available, or gets pushed off the fence.
Yep. All good.
Sick.
All right, so I'm wondering what's going to be our next map. Hopefully we'll get into it in just a little bit. But yeah, YoDa looked great that game, actually. Great.
Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, really, really good.
I don't want to discredit him, to be honest with you. In the first game, he looked pretty good as well. It's just that Snoot looked that level a little above, you know? It was nice to see him, you know, bringing that mech style to the game. We're getting into the lobby now, and it will be Way Station.
All right, cool. This can work either way, to be honest, because I think mech is good one way and bad the other. On Way Station, you can either spawn like this, or you spawn like this.
Those distances are completely accurate.
That is the best map analysis we've seen in StarCraft in a long time.
It's true.
You know, if you want to explain to your friends what Way Station is, you say, well, on Way Station, you can do this or this.
And then it's completely different from there.
Yeah.
Completely different play styles.
And obviously, the further away you are, the better mech can be.
Yep.
The closer you are, the better it... Well, the better it isn't. Or the better that the Zerg is. The better that it isn't.
Wow.
I was going to say the better that Zerg is, but whatever. Come out wrong.
It'll do. It'll do. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
All right. So we're loading up, guys, onto our third game between these two. Snoot and YoDa.
And don't forget, when we finish this, it's commercial break time.
Not for long, though, because the next player's waiting for him.
That's true. It won't be long. It'll be like 5 minutes, maybe 2 songs. We'll see. I'll see what I can muster up.
All right. Spawn down the bottom left. It is Liquid Snoot. And spawning up to the top right, it is YoDa. Eventually, as these intros continue on, I can already see that they've slowly devolved to bottom left Snoot, top right YoDa. It'd just be like, Snoot and YoDa go.
So this is much more difficult for mech to work. And the biggest thing is that the distances are small, which Snoot can be more aggressive versus mech. But how the hell are you meant to take a third properly as a mech player if the distances are so small and the area is so open for big attacks, Roach Hydra, to come in? I think Snoot's going to start to adjust a lot more now.
Yeah?
I think he was a little bit indecisive on what he really wanted to do or what he was playing against, which made him look a bit weak in that previous game. But I think he's a smart guy, very smart, and he's going to be able to identify how this series is going and unfolding, and he's going to change things. Also to note that YoDa's decided to go for an 11 barracks, not 12. So with 11 barracks here, he's able to build 3 Reapers, delays his command center, but is slightly more aggressive with the 3 Reapers here. And in a smaller distance, the Reaper's getting there faster.
Exactly.
It actually works in his benefit. But Snoot decides to go spawn and pull first here. Multiple reasons. Of course, it's good against this Reaper play. I was going to say just spawn and pull first, but he's taking a gas. Wow. He could go for really fast roaches off one base.
Could.
Instead of getting Zergling speed, he could also go for Zergling speed fast. It depends on how YoDa was going to switch it up from game to game, because if YoDa had gone for command center first, this could have just blind sighted him. But this could also work in other ways too, because these Reapers are pretty bad versus roaches. So,
well, this is going to continue. He's going to fully wall off. Reapers are going to be on the way. And I wonder what he's going to do with the gas. You know, if he did go roaches, I would be very, very surprised. That'd be crazy. Super crazy. But for now, he's looking all right. He sees the Reapers now moving across. And he's, well, unfortunately, he doesn't quite know. I don't think that... Is there any way that this Overlord, other than seeing the gas timing, it knows that this is like an 11 racks or...
The second supply depot tells him it's 11 racks.
Yeah?
Because that shouldn't be there if it was just a 12 barracks.
Be up at the back or something?
No, it wouldn't be there at all. He'd have a faster command center.
Yeah, good point.
But the second supply depot is before the command center, so he knows it's that.
Alrighty, so Snoot's just going to push this away with the initial one. That's not too bad. He almost...
I wonder if he tries to build a lot of lings here. Because this Reaper has not seen the... Did he see the drones in the gas? He didn't, right? Did he see the drones?
Maybe.
He could have, maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so that could have tipped him off, which would say that this attack wouldn't work.
Oh, but then he pulled out of gas very early, so he wouldn't have seen it, right?
8 lings.
He wouldn't have seen it.
Okay, so it's 8 lings, 10 lings.
And right now he's unaware, I believe.
Yes, he is unaware then. You're right. And if these queens can keep that back without allowing him to spot what's up...
Get away from my information!
He knows it's spawn and pull first, but he doesn't know it's this many lings.
Uh-oh.
There is a wall, which Snoot knows about, obviously.
Yeah.
But these lings do run away. Woo!
Ooh.
That was close. 2 on the natural's fine to see.
Yeah.
But it's the ones on the high ground there. And speed's done. He's going to kill all 3. Go, 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 go.
He's like, why are there all these lings here?
Go!
Ah! Speed!
Can he get this around? They don't want to jump in the main.
Oh, that's a bit of a hazard.
That's not ideal. But he does have queens to still defend. But now he pushes YoDa back onto 1 base. But he still has 3 command centers. And the Hellions will pop out soon.
Oh, got a Reaper with the Queen. That's not too bad.
Oh, and another one too.
Oh, did he get another one?
Yeah, he got 2.
Whoa. All right. Good job, Queen.
And this isn't going to be broken. But he's going to be delayed from taking his 3rd. He has to actually maybe cancel the command center. He doesn't want to cancel the orbital. Okay. Lift up. So he gets a lift up. And drones are on the way. And so Snoot's going to actually catch up and overtake with his economy. And that's a good start. Ooh, my voice went really weird.
Well, that's a good start.
I'm really sorry, but my voice went really high-pitched like this.
All right.
And sometimes it does that when I commentate for 8 hours a day. Yeah. I've been talking for 8 hours or something straight. My voice went really weird.
That's what we have to do, man. That's what we have to do. YoDa, he does spot this 3rd as well with this Reaper down to the south. That's nice.
Yes, he does. But this is a much better setup for Snoot.
Yep. Roach Warren. Ooh, hello. Could he follow this up? Could he? Throwing down the extra gases?
Yes, he can. But will he? The Roach Warren tells me that if he goes with a couple of defensive roaches with queens, he's very good against Hellbat drops. But yes, as you say, it could open up his supply with Overlords to be able to go for a roach push here. Because his opponent is slowed down, right? So
yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think if he doesn't build any more drones, he's just going to go for it.
He may do. I mean, he has the money to build drones right now, right? So where are they?
Roaches, man.
But he did see the Hellions at the front, so he might just be building them for that.
Roaches!
Roach, 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 roach. I like roaches.
There's a lot of Hellions out.
You know, roaches are the unloved child of Zerg. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
a lot of people build them. But everyone's just like, it's just a roach, man. Just sacrifice.
He's
Let's
gonna
go.
do this. YoDa
Uh-oh, Baneling
has
Nest.
got to be careful. Yeah, he's gonna go for this. He's gonna try and break his opponent, who does have a wall. He has a lot of Hellions out. He's got the option to use Hellbats again, remember? And if I was, I was gonna say, if I was Snoot, I wouldn't try to defend at all. Just run past and be like, yeah, YoDa, you got me, man.
Oh, no.
You start my third.
My third archery.
But in reality, he's about to break on his front door, and this is actually pretty big. Or we could get the supply depot, and the supply depot's before the repair. My voice did it again.
Why is this happening?
And he's, now you want to morph because you want to be able to break the top ramp.
Hellbat's going to go for the kill as well. Or try to.
Okay, well, they're on walk move. YoDa's panicking, man.
Oh, dear.
He's not... Oh, he doesn't even have the wall down, the wall up. The wall is down.
Oh, dear.
And Snoot just walks in, and Snoot looks like he's about to eliminate one of a line of Koreans here if he just pulls this off.
Picking up some Hellbats, trying to get them in good defensive positions, but the Banelings come in as well. Oh, dear me. That is a lot of damage about to be done. Lots of workers there as well, and that's
Norway!
GG. Wow.
Norway beat Sweden today. They've beaten YoDa today. And they're going to keep going, Kalaris. There's a couple more Koreans left to beat. Norway can beat Korea too. But Snoot defeats him there. Congratulations. One down, 3 more to go.
Yeah, good job there by Snoot. But yeah, you're right. His next opponent now in the gauntlet of Koreans is Jack G.
So another Zerg versus Terran, a different style of Terran that we'll see now. So we've seen the mech style. And if we know how Jack G usually plays, and if he does do the same, it's going to be the bio side. So it's more like Ling, Mutilus, and Baneling time for Snoot. But
which he's pretty good at as well.
Jack G's not easy. Jack G's not an easy opponent. But if he beats Jack G, then he's got MC, then he's got First. He's got a long way to go.
All right, join us after the break, guys, here at the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen Qualifiers as we find out after the break if it's going to be Snoot or Jack G.